Now, before we move forward, I want you to fully grasp the law that governs this reality shift you are about to experience. You see, the concept of time that we have been taught, the idea that things take months, years, or even lifetimes to manifest, is rooted in a false belief, a belief that has kept many trapped in cycles of waiting, striving, and never truly seeing the fruits of their labor. But divine law, the law of divine manifestation, does not function according to the limitations of human time. It does not recognize the clock, the calendar, or the passage of seasons in the same way we do. Divine law is timeless, and the moment you align your words, your faith, and your intention with that law, time itself bends and shifts in service to your command. What you've been taught to see as delay is nothing more than a mental construct, a barrier that exists only in your perception. The truth is, divine timing is never delayed. When I speak of divine timing, I do not mean a slow and gradual unfolding of events, as time would suggest. I mean that the moment you speak with authority and faith, everything in your life is shifted instantly, in ways that you may not even fully comprehend. The law of divine timing is not bound by the human limitations of waiting. It is a law of instant manifestation, a law that is always in motion, always ready to bring your desires into reality the moment you align yourself with it. You may have been taught that things must be earned or worked for, but I am here to tell you that the universe, in all its abundance, is already prepared for your every need. It has always been waiting for you to recognize your own divine authority, your own ability to command the flow of good into your life. Let me give you an example from Scripture, one that perfectly illustrates how divine law transcends the passage of time and the limitations we place on ourselves. In 1 Peter 1:25 it is written, "But the word of the Lord endureth forever." This is the power of the word, the divine word, which has the ability to manifest and create. The word of the Lord does not grow old, does not wither with time, and does not lose its power. It is timeless. Similarly, in Luke 1:37, we are reminded that, with God, nothing shall be impossible. There is no situation, no delay, no limitation that can withstand the power of the spoken word in alignment with divine law. You see, this law operates outside of the boundaries that we typically associate with time. When divine law is called upon, it breaks through those boundaries, and the manifestation you've been waiting for comes into your life not in months, not in years, but immediately. And this is where the shift begins. When you speak, you invoke this divine law of timeless manifestation. Your spoken word, aligned with the divine truth of who you are, is the key to unlocking the floodgates of the universe. The moment you align yourself with the eternal, unchanging power of the divine, time no longer has a hold over your reality. This is why, when you speak with authority, your life shifts in an instant. The law bends time, collapsing the very thing that has kept your good from you. Imagine, for a moment, that time itself is a fabric, stretching before you, woven with threads of your past, present, and future. When you speak the divine word, it is like taking a scissors of divine law and cutting through that fabric, creating a pathway where only your highest good can enter. This is what divine timing does. It collapses the space between where you are now and where you desire to be, pulling your manifestation from the future into the present. This is the magic of divine law. And when you speak in alignment with divine law, heaven responds immediately, just as the walls of Jericho fell the moment the people of Israel spoke their words of command. This story from the Bible, Joshua 6:20, illustrates the power of faith-filled words spoken in divine authority. The Israelites did not have to wait for the perfect conditions. They did not have to wait for the right time to be ready. They spoke, and the walls came down. So too will the walls of delay and limitation in your life come down when you align your words with divine law. Time will no longer hinder your progress. It will bend, it will fold, and it will yield to the divine truth that your good is already prepared for you. The only thing left to do is speak. Now let me share with you a story that illustrates the tremendous power that comes when you speak the divine word, the transformative word, and allow divine law to reset your destiny, just as it can for you today. There is a woman I know, someone who, like many of you, had spent countless years struggling with seemingly endless setbacks. She struggled with her finances, she struggled with her health, and she struggled in her relationships. No matter how hard she worked, no matter how much effort she put in, the results were always just out of her reach. Her financial situation seemed to deteriorate with every passing month. Her body was plagued with illness that no doctor could cure, and her relationships seemed to fall apart no matter how hard she tried to hold them together. She was like so many people, living in the shadows of frustration and waiting for the world to change, waiting for her circumstances to finally shift. She felt as though everything she tried had no real impact. Her faith wavered, her hope began to fade, and she thought to herself, "What is the point of trying? I've done everything I know to do. What else is there? What am I missing?" But here is where the story changes. One day, in a moment of deep desperation, she decided to take a step of faith, a bold step in alignment with divine law. She decided that she would no longer allow her reality to dictate the terms of her life. She decided that she would stop waiting for something to happen and start commanding it to happen. She called upon the divine law and she spoke, "I am now in alignment with my divine destiny. I command the floodgates of abundance, health, and love to open, and within 48 hours, I see the manifestation of my good." These words, spoken with authority, faith, and absolute conviction, were the catalyst for the most incredible transformation in her life that I have ever witnessed. It didn't take weeks. It didn't take months. It didn't even take a full day. Within 48 hours, everything in her life began to change. She received a financial breakthrough that came from a completely unexpected source. An opportunity that had been out of her reach for years suddenly materialized, and money she had long given up on receiving showed up in her bank account. She experienced a miraculous healing in her body, as symptoms that had plagued her for years simply faded away, never to return. And her relationships, once fractured and strained, began to heal and align in the most beautiful ways, bringing her a peace she had longed for but never thought would come. The change was not the result of years of hard work or battling with the world. It was the result of one thing, and one thing alone: the spoken word. One divine word spoken in faith set into motion a cascade of miracles, transforming her reality in less than 2 days. And this, my friends, is the power you hold in your own hands. You may have believed, like she did, that nothing could change, or that you had to wait for the right time or the right circumstances. You may have believed that your good was always just beyond your reach. But I am telling you now, this moment is the right moment, and this word is the key to unlocking the floodgates of your divine inheritance. You may be wondering, how did this happen? How did one spoken word bring about such dramatic change? The answer is simple. Divine law responds to faith-filled words. It's not about effort. It's not about struggle. It's about recognizing the authority you have as a co-creator with God and speaking the word with conviction, knowing that divine law will always respond. This is not some wishful thinking. This is the power of faith in action. Divine law obeys the word, and when you speak it, the universe aligns with your declaration. And let me make this absolutely clear. This is not just her story. It can be your story. What happened for her can happen for you, and it will happen in the exact same way. The process is the same. Speak the word. Speak it with authority. Speak it with unwavering faith, and watch as your life begins to transform before your eyes. Time, as you have known it, will no longer be a barrier. It will no longer keep you from what is rightfully yours. It will bend to the power of the divine law, and in the next 48 hours, you will see your life reset. I want you to take a moment right now and ask yourself, what have I been waiting for? What good have I been hoping for? but have not yet seen manifest. Now, I want you to realize this truth. It is already yours. It has been waiting for you to speak it into being. Today, I am giving you that word, the divine word that will change everything if you speak it. Now that you understand the power of the spoken word, it is time for you to step into the role you were always meant to occupy, the role of the master of your destiny. No longer are you a passive observer in your life, hoping and praying that something will change. Today, you become the active commander of your reality, and I will show you how to unlock the floodgates of divine law that will bring your good into manifestation in the next 48 hours. You have the authority to shift your circumstances in the blink of an eye, and it all begins with one simple yet powerful ritual: the spoken word. This is not just about thinking positive thoughts or hoping for a miracle. It is about taking command with absolute certainty that the change you seek is already yours and that you are the one who brings it into existence by speaking with divine authority. What you speak with conviction, with faith, and with alignment to divine law will always manifest. And this is why we are going to speak these words with the energy and the authority that aligns with the divine truth of who you are. I want you to pause for a moment, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. As you inhale, imagine drawing in all the power of divine energy, filling your body with confidence and strength. Let that energy fill you up, grounding you in the certainty that the time for waiting is over. You no longer have to toil or struggle, because you are now in alignment with the flow of divine law, and you are about to reset your life in the next 48 hours. Now, as you breathe out, release any doubts, any fears, and any attachments to past failures. These are no longer part of your reality. They have no place in the future you are about to create. The moment you speak the word, you are commanding the universe to align with your desires, and it will obey. This is the power you hold. This is the divine authority you have been given. Now, I want you to speak the following words with me. Say them out loud with power and conviction. This is not a passive statement. This is a command. I command my destiny to align now, and within 48 hours, I see the manifestation of my good. Say it again, louder this time. I command my destiny to align now, and within 48 hours, I see the manifestation of my good. Feel the power of those words as they flow from your lips. Each time you speak them, they release the chains of delay and bring you closer to the life you've been longing for. Allow the words to vibrate through every fiber of your being, knowing that every cell in your body is responding to these words with absolute certainty and alignment. Now, let's go deeper. I'm going to guide you through a ritual of repetition, a sacred process that will ingrain these words into your subconscious mind and draw the forces of the universe into your reality. As you say the words, I want you to breathe deeply between each repetition, allowing the words to sink in and feel the energy intensify with each repetition. Let's begin. I command my destiny to align now, and within 48 hours, I see the manifestation of my good. Say it again, with even more authority. I command my destiny to align now, and within 48 hours, I see the manifestation of my good. Breathe deeply, feel the power rise within you. I command my destiny to align now, and within 48 hours, I see the manifestation of my good. Again, I command my destiny to align now, and within 48 hours I see the manifestation of my good. Breathe in, breathe out. With every breath, know that you are creating a divine channel for your desires to flow into your life. You are drawing in the abundance, health, and success that you've been waiting for. It is already yours. Say it with more conviction now. I command my destiny to align now, and within 48 hours, I see the manifestation of my good. Say it with absolute faith, knowing that the universe is already aligning to your word. Feel the shift happening. The walls of delay are crumbling before your very eyes. Time itself is bending to accommodate your divine command. Continue this rhythm, Feel the energy building. Each word you speak brings you closer to the reality that is already yours. This is the divine law at work. This is your word, setting the course of your future. Speak it again, louder and with even more belief. I command my destiny to align now, and within 48 hours, I see the manifestation of my good. Feel the shift. Breathe deeply and feel your body respond to the command. The power is in your hands. The change is happening right now. This is your moment. You have taken the first step in shifting your destiny, and with every word you speak, you are creating a new reality. The divine law responds to your command, and in the next 48 hours, you will see this transformation take shape before your eyes. The time is now. Now that you have spoken the divine word with authority, it's time to make a profound shift, not just in your circumstances, but in your identity. You see, the moment you speak a command of faith, everything begins to change, not just around you, but within you. Who you are in the Spirit, who you are in divine truth, is vastly different from the person who has been bound by time, limitation, and struggle. It's time to fully step into the truth of your divine identity and to recognize that you were never meant to be a passive observer in the game of life. You were never meant to wait, to watch, or to wonder if things would ever change. You are meant to command. You are meant to create. You are meant to shape your destiny by divine authority. The struggle you felt, the frustration that has plagued you, has come from one fundamental misunderstanding. You have seen yourself as a victim of circumstances, a victim of time, a victim of the world around you. You've seen yourself as someone who has to work harder, wait longer, fight more battles in order to get what is rightfully yours. But that is not your divine identity. You are not a victim. You were created to govern, to command, to shape your reality with your spoken word. This is the truth of your being. The divine law is your inheritance, and you are the vessel through which it operates. Today, in this very moment, I am calling you to step into that identity. You are no longer someone who waits for things to happen. You are no longer someone who thinks that abundance is something to be earned through struggle and delay. You are a co-creator with God. You were born to bring forth the good that is already waiting for you. All you need to do is speak it into being, and the universe will respond. Take a deep breath right now and close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself as the master of your life, not as a person caught in the whirlwind of time, but as the governor of divine law, standing firm and confident, knowing that your words are irresistible, your commands are absolute, and the world must align with your divine will. This is who you are. This is the truth of your identity. It is time to claim it. Now, I want you to say this with me, out loud, with every fiber of your being. I am no longer bound by time. I command the time to manifest now. I am the master of my destiny. I operate in divine timing, and my word is my wand. Say it again, and let it sink deep into your soul. I am no longer bound by time. I command the time to manifest now. I am the master of my destiny. I operate in divine timing, and my word is my wand. Feel the power of those words. Let them wash over you. This is who you are now. You are no longer the one who waits for a miracle. You are the one who creates miracles with every word that leaves your mouth. You are the master of your reality. You have divine authority, and you are stepping into that power today. I want you to repeat this again, but this time, say it with even more conviction. I am the master of my destiny. I operate in divine timing, and my word is my wand. These words are shifting your inner world, and as you shift internally, the external world begins to shift as well. As you declare this new identity, you are laying the foundation for the life you were always meant to live. A life of ease, a life of abundance, a life of divine manifestation. Time no longer governs you. You govern time. It's time to erase the old identity, the identity of someone who is stuck, the identity of someone who struggles, the identity of someone who has been waiting for change. That identity is gone. You are no longer that person. You are now the person who speaks with authority, the person who declares their reality, the person who commands their destiny. This is who you are. Now, say it one more time with me, for it is done. I am no longer bound by time. I command the time to manifest now. I am the master of my destiny. I operate in divine timing, and my word is my wand. This is your new identity. Embrace it, own it, live it. Now that you have reclaimed your rightful identity as the master of your destiny, we must seal this transformation in your spirit. This is the moment where you solidify your new reality, where you impress upon your subconscious mind the truth of who you are and the power you now wield. You have spoken the divine word with authority, you have stepped into your role as the governor of your own reality, and now it is time to reaffirm this truth through powerful, life-affirming declarations that will rewire every part of your being. These affirmations are not mere words. They are the keys to unlocking your destiny, and they will act as constant reminders of your divine authority. As you repeat each affirmation, let it resonate deeply within you. Feel every word sink into your very being, reaching into the depths of your soul where transformation occurs. Let these words become truth in every part of your being, body, mind, and spirit. Know that as you speak these words, you are not just repeating phrases, you are shaping your reality. You are aligning yourself with the divine flow of the universe, and you are giving permission for the floodgates of abundance, prosperity, and healing to pour into your life. These words are not just about the future, they are about what is happening right now. Right now, divine law is aligning itself with your word, and everything is beginning to shift. I want you to say these words with conviction, with certainty, and with the knowledge that what you are declaring is already coming into existence. These affirmations are powerful beyond measure, and as you speak them, they become a part of you. They rewrite the story you've been living, and they set into motion a new path, one where everything you desire is already on its way to you. Let's begin. Repeat after me and feel the power of each word as you speak. I am aligned with divine timing. I operate in the flow of God's perfect timing, and all things come to me with ease and grace. Say it again, this time feeling the truth of those words deep in your soul. I am aligned with divine timing. I operate in the flow of God's perfect timing, and all things come to me with ease and grace. Now feel the energy of abundance rising within you as you speak these next words with unwavering faith. My good comes to me swiftly. Every need is met. Every desire is fulfilled. I am a magnet for abundance and success. Feel the affirmation take root within you. Know that you are a magnet for all that is good and divine. Everything you have asked for is on its way, and nothing can stop it now. Say it again, and feel the power of the words as they vibrate through your body. My good comes to me swiftly. Every need is met. Every desire is fulfilled. I am a magnet for abundance and success. As you speak this next affirmation, visualize your good already in your life. See the abundance, the peace, the health, and the success. See it in vivid detail. Speak it from the place of certainty that it is already yours. I am the master of time. I command all things to align with my divine good. Nothing is impossible for me. I create my reality with my words. Feel the shift within you as you claim your power. You have the ability to create and shape your destiny through the spoken word. You are the one who holds the keys to your future, and the moment you speak, the universe listens and responds. Let the following affirmation be an anchor for you. Repeat it with all your heart. My word is my wand, and it brings my desires into reality. Every word I speak manifests in perfect time. I am in control of my destiny, and nothing can stop my good from flowing to me. Feel the power of these words echoing throughout your life, setting into motion everything you have asked for. These affirmations are planting the seeds of your transformation, and with each repetition, You are reaffirming that this is your truth. Speak it once more and own it with every fiber of your being. My word is my wand, and it brings my desires into reality. Every word I speak manifests in perfect time. I am in control of my destiny, and nothing can stop my good from flowing to me. Now, we will take this even further. Let these words of truth solidify your new reality as you speak them with unshakable faith and power. Let the words flow freely and allow them to penetrate every part of your consciousness, releasing any doubts or limiting beliefs. I am divinely guided. Every decision I make leads me to my highest good. My life is filled with abundance, health, love, and success. All things are working together for my good. I am in perfect alignment with divine law. Feel the affirmation of divine alignment settle within you. This is your truth. You are a co-creator with God. You are aligned with divine law, and you are stepping into a reality where everything you desire manifests swiftly. Let the final affirmation be one of total empowerment and confidence. Speak these words as a declaration of who you are now, knowing that this is the truth of your being. I am the divine master of my reality. I speak the word, and it is done. I command my destiny, and it manifests perfectly in divine timing. This is my truth, and nothing can change it. Now take a moment to breathe deeply and feel the power of these affirmations as they settle into every part of you. Know that these words are rewriting your destiny right now. Everything you have spoken is already beginning to manifest. Divine law is responding to your words, and you are in alignment with the flow of your highest good. As you continue to speak these words, they will continue to transform your life. You have activated divine law, and the universe is now working on your behalf to bring all your desires into reality. It is already done. Now that you have spoken the affirmations that have already begun the miraculous transformation in your life, we come to the final, decisive command, the one that seals your new reality, the one that finalizes your shift into the full expression of divine law. This is not a mere suggestion, nor is it a hopeful wish. This is the moment where divine authority becomes a permanent fixture in your life, where you establish your dominion over your circumstances and step fully into your divine role as a creator, as a commander of time, space, and all that is in your life. As you speak this command, know that the universe cannot deny the word spoken in divine authority. You are not just wishing for change or asking for permission. You are demanding the universe to align with your divine decree. The law of the universe responds immediately to such a command because, in truth, the universe is not just waiting for your word, it is waiting for you to speak it. Your word, spoken in alignment with divine truth, is the most powerful force in existence. This is not hyperbole. It is the foundational reality of how divine law operates. When you speak, the universe must respond. It has no choice but to align with the divine authority you claim in your words. Your spoken word is not merely a sound. It is a force that activates change. So now, with deep conviction and unshakable faith, I want you to declare these words with the full power of your soul. Feel the truth of them as you say them, deeply, powerfully, and authoritatively. You are not just saying these words, you are commanding them. As you speak them, let them resonate not only with your voice, but with every cell in your body. Let the truth of these words activate every dormant possibility in your life, opening doors, removing barriers, and bringing about the manifestation of all that is yours by divine right. Repeat after me, and let your voice carry the full weight of divine authority. In the name of divine law, I now declare my destiny has been reset. It is done. It is already done. My good is flowing to me now, without delay. My word is my wand, and it is powerful beyond measure. I speak the truth of my reality, and the universe responds to my command. It is done. Spirit performs it now. My reality is shifting, and there is nothing that can stop it. I now step into the fullness of my destiny, and it is here. It is done. Feel the power of these words as they reverberate throughout your entire being. Feel the walls of limitation fall. Feel the flow of divine law rush into your life. Feel the gates of abundance swing open wide, and let the manifestation of your desires begin to pour into your life. Do you feel that? That's divine law in motion. That's the universe aligning itself to your divine authority, responding to your words, to your faith, to your command. The moment you speak, the universe moves in harmony with you. Now say it again with even more power, knowing that every word you speak is bringing you closer to the life you have commanded. In the name of divine law, I now declare my destiny has been reset. It is done. It is already done. My good is flowing to me now without delay. My word is my wand, and it is powerful beyond measure. I speak the truth of my reality, and the universe responds to my command. It is done. Spirit performs it now. My reality is shifting, and there is nothing that can stop it. I now step into the fullness of my destiny, and it is here. It is done. There it is. That's the final command. This is where your reality shifts. This is where everything you've been asking for begins to manifest, where the impossible becomes possible. You have spoken your word, and now the universe has no choice but to align with your divine decree. This is the truth of divine law, the truth that has always been in place, and now it is active in your life. You are no longer waiting. You are no longer wondering when or if your good will arrive. It has already arrived because you have commanded it. It is done, and nothing can take that away from you now. The universe has already begun to move on your behalf, and in the next 48 hours, you will begin to see the manifestations of your divine decree unfold before you. The breakthrough you've longed for is already in motion. Everything is shifting now, and it is all happening for you because you have claimed your power and spoken your word. It is done. Now that you have made your declaration, now that you have spoken with divine authority and sealed your destiny with the power of your words, I invite you to take the next step, the step that will anchor this transformation deep within your being. This is not just a video. This is a turning point in your life. Everything you've done up until now, every challenge, every struggle, every obstacle has brought you to this moment. And this moment is where everything changes. What I'm asking of you now is simple, but it is powerful beyond measure. Write your decree below as your spiritual vow to the universe, to God, and to your highest self. You have spoken these words with faith, with conviction, and with absolute belief in their power. But now, it is time to affirm that what you have declared is already done. When you write it below, you are affirming it publicly. You are sealing your commitment to divine law, and you are setting the universe into motion. Your words, spoken in faith, hold the power to shift everything in your life. But now, when you write this decree, you are solidifying it in your heart and in your mind. You are reminding yourself of your divine authority and reminding the universe that you are in perfect alignment with your destiny. The moment you write your decree, you are claiming it, and you are sealing this divine shift that has already begun in your life. This is your spiritual contract. As you write it, feel the weight of your words. Know that this is not just a statement. It is a command to the universe, a declaration that nothing can stop your good from flowing to you now. You are the master of your reality, and today you are reaffirming that truth. You are shifting the fabric of time. You are collapsing the limitations that have kept you in waiting, and you are stepping into a life that is already designed for you. And once you write your decree, do not stop there. I want you to speak it aloud every day for the next 3 days. Say it with faith. Say it with power. Say it knowing that everything you desire is already on its way to you. I want you to say it 21 times a day, morning, noon, and night, speaking it into existence with every breath. As you say it, feel the resonance of those words vibrating within you. Let them reach the deepest places of your soul, and let them ignite the divine spark that lives within you. This is not just about repeating words, it is about activating the energy of your command. Now, this is not just about waiting, it is about expecting. You are calling forth your good, and the universe is already responding. Expect the manifestation. Expect to see the doors open. Expect to see the money flow. Expect to see the health, the peace, and the success that you have been waiting for finally come to you. In the next 48 hours, the shift will be undeniable. The floodgates will open, and everything you have asked for will begin to pour into your life. It is already done, and it is only a matter of time before the physical manifestation catches up to the spiritual truth you have already declared. So I ask you, with all my heart, to write your decree below. Write it as if you are sealing your fate, because you are. Write it as if you are declaring to the universe, I am ready for my good. I am ready for the full manifestation of my desires. Write it as a spiritual vow, a promise to yourself, a promise to the universe, and a promise to God that you are now the master of your own destiny. Once you write it, I want you to speak it out loud every single day, and do this for 3 days. Speak it with conviction. Speak it with faith. Speak it with the certainty that your good is already on its way. And as you speak, feel the energy of divine law responding to you, aligning your life with the word you have spoken. There is no time for delay. The moment you spoke your word, everything began to shift. And now, as you write your decree and speak it into existence, you will begin to see the results sooner than you ever imagined. This is your turning point. This is the moment that changes everything. Speak the words, write them down, claim them, and wait for the miracle. Because it is coming. Your destiny has already been reset, and you will see it unfolding in the next 48 hours. As we journey deeper into the profound power of the spoken word, I want you to understand something very important. What you have experienced here today, what you have done with your spoken word, is not just a simple act or a one-time ritual. This is the beginning of a profound transformation, not only in your circumstances, but in your entire way of being. For the spoken word, when aligned with divine law, is not merely a tool, it is a bridge to the divine, a conduit through which the infinite wisdom, power, and abundance of the universe flows into your life. This is not theory. This is not something that works for some people and not others. This is the eternal law, rooted in the very fabric of existence, and when you understand it, when you truly understand how to wield it, you will realize that there is no limit to the transformation that can take place in your life. The power of the word is not just something spoken by a select few or used occasionally in moments of deep spiritual insight. It is the foundational principle of reality itself. In the beginning, as we are told in John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word is not just a symbol of thought, it is the very essence of creation. God, in all His infinite power, spoke the universe into existence. He spoke the light into being. He spoke the mountains into place. He spoke the oceans into their vast and powerful depths. And it is the same with you. When you speak, you are not just repeating words. You are engaging in the creative process of the universe itself. You are tapping into the eternal law of manifestation, and as you speak, the very fabric of existence rearranges itself to bring your desires into reality. In Matthew 21:22, Jesus said, "And all things, whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive." The key here is belief, for without belief, your words are but empty sounds. But when you speak with absolute faith, when you speak with a conviction that transcends doubt and fear, your words become a powerful force. They become the very vibration that shapes your world. This is why the divine word works so powerfully, because it is imbued with the power of belief. You see, the word itself carries the infinite potential of the universe, but it is belief that activates that potential. When you believe in the truth of your words, When you believe in the power you carry, those words become a living force, a force that cannot be stopped. The universe must align with your belief, for your belief is the channel through which divine law works. Now, let me share with you a personal example, one that highlights the incredible power of the spoken word. Many years ago, I was facing a challenge, one that seemed impossible to overcome at the time. I had been dealing with a significant financial setback, a situation that left me feeling uncertain and anxious about the future. I tried every possible avenue, working harder, strategizing, seeking help, but nothing seemed to shift. The more I struggled, the more elusive the solution became. It wasn't until I had a moment of divine clarity, a moment when I realized that all the work, all the effort, was not the answer. I was working against divine law rather than in harmony with it. In that moment of realization, I took a step back, and I spoke these words aloud. I am now in perfect alignment with divine abundance. All of my needs are met, and I receive wealth, health, and prosperity now. At the time, it felt as if I were speaking into the void. There was no immediate evidence that anything would change, no physical manifestation to confirm that my words had any real power. But I did not falter. I spoke those words every day, with unwavering belief, despite the outward circumstances. And within a matter of days, the most miraculous things began to unfold. Opportunities that I had not seen before appeared. Financial blessings came from unexpected sources. People who had once seemed indifferent to my situation began offering support. The key, however, was not in the things that came to me. The key was in the power of the spoken word. I had activated a divine law. I had spoken life into my situation, and the universe responded. I hadn't just spoken words. I had spoken with faith, and that faith, that belief, opened the floodgates of divine manifestation. This is the power you have within you right now. It is the same power that Jesus spoke of, the same power that has existed from the beginning of time, the same power that is the essence of God's creation. And it is within your reach. You have the ability to speak into existence everything you desire. The moment you align with divine law, everything you've been waiting for begins to unfold. It is not about waiting for time to pass or for the right set of circumstances. It is about speaking the right word, the divine word, and allowing that word to set the universe into motion. You might wonder, how can I be sure that this will work for me? How do I know that my words will carry the same power as those of the great teachers, the great leaders, the great masters of the past? And I will tell you this: your words are just as powerful. You have been given the same divine authority, the same access to divine law. There is no limitation in the power of your words except the limitations you place upon them. When you speak with absolute faith, divine law cannot refuse you. The only thing that stands in your way is doubt, and doubt has no place here. You are a co-creator with God. You are here to create, to manifest, and to shape your world through the power of your spoken word. So, let me ask you again, what do you desire? What do you wish to see manifest in your life? The moment you speak with faith, that desire is already on its way to you. The law is already in motion. And as you continue to speak the divine word with belief and conviction, the manifestation of your good is not a matter of if, but a matter of when, and that when is already happening now. Now that we have set the wheels of divine law into motion and have spoken our powerful declarations, it is time to explore another crucial aspect of spiritual mastery, the law of non-resistance. This is a law that many may find difficult to understand at first, especially in a world that often teaches us to fight, struggle, and resist in order to obtain what we desire. But in the realm of divine law, resistance is not only unnecessary, it can be counterproductive. Non-resistance, in fact, is one of the most powerful tools you can employ in your spiritual practice to accelerate the manifestation of your desires. You see, resistance arises from fear, It is the belief that the universe is working against you, that your desires are somehow outside your reach, and that in order to obtain them, you must fight for them, work harder, push against every obstacle, overcome every difficulty. This belief creates a block in the flow of divine energy. When you resist, you are essentially saying to the universe, I do not trust that my good is coming to me. I must fight for it. And by doing this, you create a barrier, a wall that prevents your good from flowing freely into your life. But non-resistance is the exact opposite. It is the practice of allowing your good to come to you effortlessly, of trusting that the universe is already working on your behalf, and of knowing that your good is inevitable. Non-resistance is not about sitting idly by and doing nothing. It is about trusting the divine timing of your manifestations and surrendering to the flow of the universe. It is about letting go of control, not by being passive, but by being actively open to receiving. It's about recognizing that the universe is infinitely more capable of bringing about your good than your human efforts ever could. This is where the spiritual concept of faith becomes so powerful. True faith is not simply hoping that something will happen. It is trusting, with absolute certainty, that what you desire is already yours, and that the universe is simply bringing it to you in the perfect way and in perfect time. Faith without resistance allows the divine flow to reach you in the most miraculous ways, often in ways that your limited human perspective could never have imagined. Think about this for a moment. What would happen if you let go of resistance in your life? What would happen if you stopped trying to force things to happen and instead simply trusted that everything is unfolding as it should? Imagine the peace you would feel, knowing that your desires are already on their way to you and you don't have to chase them. Imagine releasing the burden of making it happen and instead letting it happen effortlessly. This is what it means to live in alignment with divine law and to practice the law of non-resistance. The Bible gives us many examples of non-resistance in action, but one of the most powerful and transformative stories is found in Matthew 5:39, where Jesus said, "Resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also." Now, at first glance, this might seem like a message of passivity, of being a doormat, so to speak. But in truth, it is a profound spiritual principle. When Jesus said, "Resist not evil," he was not telling us to allow harm or negativity into our lives. Rather, he was teaching us not to resist the circumstances that come our way, because in resistance, we only reinforce their power over us. When we resist, we are essentially fighting against what is, and this resistance drains our energy, making it more difficult for us to receive the good that is already on its way to us. But when we practice non-resistance, we allow ourselves to be open channels for divine energy, and we stop fighting against life itself. Instead of pushing against the flow of the river, we allow ourselves to be carried by it. The water does not fight the rocks and the currents, it simply flows. And by flowing, it eventually carves out its path. This is how divine law works. It flows toward you, bringing with it all of the blessings you've asked for, but only when you stop resisting the flow. Now, I want to take a moment to acknowledge something very important. Non-resistance does not mean passivity. Non-resistance does not mean you are not taking action or that you are not doing your part. It does not mean sitting idly by while your good waits to find you. No, non-resistance means that you are actively participating in the flow of your life, but you are doing so with trust and faith, knowing that the universe is already orchestrating the perfect events for your good. When you stop resisting, you make space for divine action to take place. You trust that every situation, every challenge, and every obstacle is simply an opportunity for the universe to show you something greater. Imagine for a moment that you are standing in the middle of a raging storm. The wind is howling, the rain is coming down in torrents, and you feel as though the world is against you. You could choose to resist the storm, to fight against the elements with all your strength, but no matter how hard you try, you can't stop the storm. In fact, By resisting, you only exhaust yourself and make the situation worse. But what if, instead of fighting the storm, you simply stood still? What if, instead of struggling, you allowed the storm to pass through you, knowing that it would eventually subside and that, on the other side, you would emerge into clear skies? This is the power of non-resistance. It is not about fighting what is. It is about allowing what is to pass through you so that you can emerge into the life that is waiting for you on the other side. Now, I want you to think about your own life. What areas are you resisting right now? Is there an aspect of your life where you are trying to force a solution, trying to make something happen, trying to control the outcome? What if you released the resistance? What if you surrendered to divine timing and allowed the universe to bring your desires to you in its own perfect way? What if you trusted that everything is already in perfect alignment and that your good is already on its way? Non-resistance is a spiritual practice that frees you. It frees you from the struggle, from the anxiety, from the feeling that you have to make things happen. And when you let go of that burden, when you allow divine law to work its magic, you will experience a peace that transcends all understanding. Take a deep breath now and allow yourself to surrender. Trust that divine law is already working on your behalf. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to force, and nothing you need to fight against. Your good is already on its way to you, and the universe is bringing it to you in the perfect timing. This is the law of non-resistance, and it is the key to unlocking the full power of your spoken word. As we near the conclusion of this transformational journey, it's essential that we take a final step, a step that will seal everything we've spoken into our reality, a step that will anchor the shift in our consciousness and firmly plant our feet in the divine truth that our desires are not just possible, but inevitable. Today, you have spoken with power. You have declared with unwavering authority. You have realigned your identity with divine law and set the stage for the unfolding of your desires. Yet there remains one final act of faith, one final declaration that will lock everything into place. This is the moment when the energy of all that you've spoken is brought together, when the final thread of divine manifestation is woven into your life. Now, take a deep breath. Inhale deeply, as if you're breathing in the very power of divine law itself. As you breathe, feel that divine power flowing into your being, filling you, strengthening you, reminding you that you are a co-creator with God, that you are a vessel through which the entire universe flows, bringing everything you've desired into being. This breath is not just air filling your lungs, it is the very breath of life, the breath of divine will, and the moment you exhale, you will exhale the old identity of limitation, the old identity of waiting and wondering, and instead you will exhale the truth of your divine authority and your divine inheritance. You were never meant to wait for your good to come. You were meant to command it into being, and you have done so with each word you've spoken today. Now, I want you to say this final declaration, the one that will seal all that you've done, with the utmost confidence and authority. This declaration is not a wish. This declaration is not a hope. This declaration is a spiritual law in motion, a law that cannot fail when spoken in alignment with your highest truth. When you speak these words, you are not simply uttering sounds. You are creating. You are shaping your reality, and the universe, God, Spirit, or whatever you call the divine force that flows through you, will respond. I want you to speak these words out loud, with all the conviction of your being. This is my divine reset. It is done. Spirit performs it now. I have spoken the divine word, and it is already manifesting in my life. Nothing can stand in the way of my good. My desires are already here, already in motion, already on their way. I declare it now, and it is done. My destiny has been reset, and I step fully into the fullness of my divine inheritance. I command my reality, and it responds. It is done. Feel the power of those words as they flow through your being. Feel the shift in the universe as your words, spoken with authority and faith, align with divine law and bring your desires into existence. This is not a passive statement. This is a command. The moment you speak with such authority, the universe cannot ignore you. Your words are unshakable and undeniable, and they must come to fruition. Let the truth of this declaration fill your being, knowing that this is not just something you hope for, it is something that has already been set into motion. It is already happening. The universe is moving in alignment with your word. Say it once more, but this time, let the words come from the very depth of your soul, knowing that these words are the final key to the transformation you've been waiting for. This is my divine reset. It is done. Spirit performs it now. I have spoken the divine word, and it is already manifesting in my life. Nothing can stand in the way of my good. My desires are already here, already in motion, already on their way. I declare it now, and it is done. My destiny has been reset, and I step fully into the fullness of my divine inheritance. I command my reality, and it responds. It is done. Feel the weight of those words. Feel the shift within you, the certainty that what you have spoken is already happening. There is no more delay. There is no more waiting. It is done, and it is happening now. The universe is responding to your decree. Spirit has already begun to perform it, and in the next 48 hours, you will witness the transformation you've been waiting for. It is inevitable. In this moment, you have not just spoken a word. You have claimed your divine authority. You have commanded the universe to align with your desires, and the universe cannot deny you. It will move mountains on your behalf. It will part the seas to bring you what is rightfully yours. Nothing is out of reach. Nothing can stop you. The doors you once saw as closed are now wide open, and everything you've asked for is coming to you now. Take one final moment to breathe in deeply. With each breath, know that your good is already on its way. It is done. And as you breathe out, feel the peace that comes with this knowing. You have spoken your truth. You have aligned yourself with divine law. And now, everything that was once held up is being brought to you in perfect timing. There is nothing left for you to do but to receive. Open your heart, open your mind, and allow the manifestations of your desires to flow to you. It is done. Now that you have made your declaration, now that you have commanded the universe to align with your divine truth, it is time to embrace the final principle that will allow you to fully receive all that is coming your way, the principle of surrendering to divine flow. You see, it's one thing to speak the word, to declare your desires, to command your good. But to fully activate the manifestation of all that you've asked for, you must allow the divine flow to move through you without interference. Surrender is not about giving up. It is about letting go of control and allowing divine law to work freely in your life. It is about recognizing that what you desire is already on its way, and it is time to receive it without hesitation, without resistance, and without doubt. In this world, we are often taught to fight for what we want, to chase after our desires, and to make things happen through effort and force. But in divine law, the opposite is true. When we speak the word in faith, we set into motion a force that is far greater than any human effort. We open ourselves up to a flow of divine abundance, and the only thing we must do is trust that it is already coming to us. This is where so many people get stuck. They speak the word, but then they continue to chase, to struggle, to try and control the process. They fear that if they don't keep pushing, they will lose what they've commanded. But the truth is, once you've spoken the word, once you've declared your reality, your good is already on its way to you. It is inevitable. The only thing you must do now is trust the divine flow and receive. Think of divine law as a mighty river flowing abundantly through the universe with everything you need: wealth, health, success, love, peace, already within it. The moment you speak your word, it is like you've cast your boat onto that river, and the current is carrying you toward your desires. But if you start paddling against the current, if you start trying to steer the boat yourself, you will find yourself struggling, working against the flow, and resisting the very abundance that is meant for you. The key to receiving everything you've asked for is to surrender to the flow, to trust that the river knows the way, and to allow it to carry you effortlessly toward your good. I want you to imagine for a moment that you are standing on the edge of that river. The waters are clear, and you can see the treasure of your desires floating just ahead. Your boat is waiting for you, and you know that if you simply get into the boat, you will be carried effortlessly toward your goal. But instead of stepping into the boat and allowing the river to carry you, you hesitate. You stand there, watching the river flow, and wonder if it will really take you where you need to go. You wonder if it will be safe, if it will be fast enough, if you will truly reach your destination. This is where resistance lives. In doubt, in hesitation, in fear that you are not in control, that you cannot trust the flow of divine abundance. But I am here today to tell you, with absolute certainty, that you can trust the divine flow. It is perfect. It is unstoppable. Everything you need is already moving toward you with divine precision. Your good is already on its way, already making its way toward you, and all that is required of you now is to surrender to the flow, to trust that what you have spoken into being is already unfolding as it should. Think of it this way. The river of divine abundance is already running toward you. All that is required of you is to stop resisting it, to stop doubting it, and to allow it. If you stand on the banks of the river, holding onto the shore, you will never experience the fullness of the river's flow. But the moment you step into the boat, the moment you surrender to the current, the moment you let go and trust that you are being carried in the right direction, you will feel the ease, the peace, and the grace of divine law working for you. And as the boat moves effortlessly down the river, everything you need will show up. The opportunities will come to you. The abundance will flow to you. The people who can help you will appear in your life. Everything you need is already making its way to you. Now, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself stepping into the boat. Feel the peace that comes with letting go of control. Feel the confidence that comes with trusting the divine flow. Imagine yourself being carried down the river of divine abundance, knowing that everything you've asked for is on its way, and you don't have to do anything but trust the process. There is no need for struggle. There is no need to paddle against the current. All you need to do is relax and allow the river to carry you to your destination. This is what surrender looks like in action. It is not giving up. It is not abandoning your desires. It is about trusting that what you desire is already making its way to you. The moment you let go, the moment you stop trying to control how and when it happens, you open yourself to the full power of divine law. You release the resistance that has kept you stuck and open the floodgates to the good that is already on its way. Take a moment now, in the stillness of your spirit, and let go. Release all fear, all doubt, all control. Allow yourself to surrender to the divine flow of abundance. Know that everything you desire is already yours, and the universe is simply aligning itself to deliver it to you in the perfect way, at the perfect time. All you have to do is trust the flow, step into the boat, and allow the river to carry you to your destination. The river of divine abundance is flowing toward you now. You are already in the boat, and the current is carrying you effortlessly to the life you have always dreamed of. Relax into it. Trust it. Receive it.